Maria never liked going to the corner store. It reminded her of everything she couldn't afford. The shelves were full of things she used to buy without thinking: fresh fruit, snacks for her kids, even a bouquet of flowers every Friday. But now she walked in with her head down and her heart heavy, clutching a $5 bill like a treasure. Maria was a single mother of 2. Her husband had left 2 years ago, and life had been survival since then: 2 jobs, no car, and barely enough sleep. She only came to this store because it was closest to the bus stop. That day, she just needed milk and bread. She stepped inside and tried not to make eye contact with Gary, the cashier. Gary was younger, maybe in his 20s. He always looked annoyed. He chewed gum too loudly, rolled his eyes a lot, and spoke in a tone that made people feel small. Maria had tried being kind to him before, but he never responded. He once snorted when she paid with coins. She had never forgotten that. Still, she walked up to the counter with her milk, bread, and $5 bill. Gary didn't say anything as he rang her up. He just mumbled the total. As Maria fumbled through her wallet, a man behind her hurriedly brushed past. A small piece of paper fluttered out of his jacket and landed on the floor. Nobody noticed except Maria. She bent down and picked it up. It was a lottery ticket. Just one number away from the trash. "Hey," she called after the man, but he was already gone out the door, across the street, and out of sight. Maria turned back to Gary. "I think someone dropped this," she said, holding the ticket. Gary shrugged. "Probably trash." She looked at it again. The drawing was later that night. She slipped it into her pocket. That evening, after her kids were asleep, Maria sat at the kitchen table with a cup of weak tea and the ticket in her hand. She wasn't expecting anything. Life didn't give her surprises. Only bills. But something made her turn on the old radio. The announcer read the numbers. One by one. And every single number matched. All of them. Maria blinked. Rechecked. Then again. The ticket was a winner. She stared at it for a long time, her hands shaking. $10 million. 10 million. Her heart pounded. Her legs felt numb. She didn't sleep that night. As always, Maria got her kids ready for school the next morning. She packed lunches, tied shoelaces, and kissed foreheads. But inside, her mind was racing. She had the winning ticket. It could change their lives forever. No more second jobs. No more freezing apartments. No more saying maybe next time to her kids. But it wasn't her ticket. She hadn't bought it. She hadn't even found it, it had fallen out of someone else's coat. Someone who might be looking for it right now. She thought about that man. And then she thought about Gary, the cashier. He'd seen it. What if it was his ticket? No. He would have said something. Right? Still, something didn't sit right. That afternoon, Maria walked back to the store. The ticket burned in her coat pocket. Gary was behind the counter, as usual, scrolling through his phone. She walked up, her voice soft. "Do you remember someone dropping a lottery ticket yesterday?" Gary looked up slowly. His eyes narrowed. "Why?" Maria hesitated. Then she pulled out the ticket. "I think it might be yours." Gary stared at it. Then at her. Something changed in his face. He reached out and took it, scanning the numbers. His mouth opened, but no words came out. He looked at her, confused. "You're serious?" She nodded. "I found it on the floor right after you rang me up. I didn't want to keep something that wasn't mine." Gary swallowed hard. "I thought I lost it. I bought it on my lunch break, just for fun. I never win anything." There was a long pause. Then he laughed, but it wasn't joyful, almost in disbelief. "Do you know what this is worth?" Maria smiled faintly. "I do." He stared at the ticket again. $10 million. He could quit this job, travel, start a business, and change his life. He looked back at Maria. "Why'd you give it back?" he asked. Maria's eyes welled up, but she held her voice steady. "Because I know what it's like to lose things. And I wouldn't want someone to do that to me." Gary didn't say anything. He just stared. Maria turned to leave. But before she reached the door, she heard him call out, "Wait." She turned. Gary walked around the counter, still clutching the ticket. I want to give you something." Maria shook her head. "That's not why No. I want to," he interrupted. "You could have walked away. You could have cashed it in and never looked back. But you didn't. And that means something." 2 weeks later, Maria sat in a lawyer's office with tears. Gary had given her half. $5 million. He said he didn't need it all. She reminded him of his own mom, who had passed away a few years ago. She worked herself to the bone, he said. No one ever helped her. I was too young to understand. I think she would have wanted me to do this. Maria used the money to buy a small, debt-free home. She opened a little bakery downtown and hired other single moms like herself. She gave people chances the world had never given her. As for Gary? He quit his job, yes. But not to party. He enrolled in college. Started studying business. And every Friday morning, without fail, he stopped by Maria's bakery for a warm loaf of bread and a hug. Narrator's closing words. It wasn't just a lottery ticket. It was a moment. A choice. A decision to do what was right when no one was watching. And in doing so, two broken paths became one beautiful story. Because sometimes, the most excellent fortune isn't in money. It's in character. And kindness. End.